Hey everybody, let me see here. Today we're jumping into another fun-filled episode of the Twilight Zone. This time it is Season 4, Episode 13. The new exhibit came out April 4th, 1963. Another episode I haven't seen before, but before we get started, let's jump into what you had to say about last week's episode, I Dream of Jeannie. Ramy DC says, I'd wish for a long disease-free life because without your health, everything else means less than nothing. Yeah, I have to agree with that. That would be a good wish unless you said, I want to have immortality or something along those lines. Hopefully you don't have one of those genies that pulls a fast one on you when you say I want to live forever, and you end up still just aging into a skeleton and just continue on living as a corpse, I guess. But maybe be specific when you give those wishes. You just never know what kind of genie you got. You could have that genie from the Wishmaster or something. If you don't know what that movie is, they have, I think it came out in 97, 98 97 or 98, and it's basically about this genie that grants wishes, but they're never exactly how you state them. I mean, you wish for immortality, ends up being exactly what I stated. But anyways, thanks for the comment. Charles Stewart 8009 says, is that Ernest T. Bass from Andy Griffith? Actually, yes, it is Ernest T. Bass from the Andy Griffith Show. It played by Howard Morris. He did a pretty good job in the episode itself. And that's him. Medium John Silver says, well, I've given some thought to what wish I would make. Rather than wishing for money or fame, I would choose something that is not available to mortals. I would wish for the ability to see and hear any scene from the past. Practically no mystery would be unsolved from who was Jack the Ripper to who jabbed the screwdriver into my tire in 2015. Yeah, that would be an interesting power, and in order to be able to go back into the past. I think I might maybe add on to that a little bit and say past and future. That would be pretty cool. Or present. I mean, it would be cool just to be looking into what other things are going on in the world as it's happening. But yeah, when it comes to that power, I would like to see into the future as well and see what potential things could be happening. Hey, maybe see as the horse races. I believe that's a Twilight Zone episode, isn't it? Didn't we already watch that, or is that coming up? I can't remember, where they take a picture of the races going on and they see the score 10 minutes into the future. So they take a picture of the board and it shows them basically what happens 10 minutes later. But yeah, that would be a pretty good wish. I think I would like to know who Jack the Ripper is, or was. A lot of people believe he was a doctor of that era. And there'd be a lot of other things, maybe what Jesus was all about, and seeing some of the things that happen in the Bible. That would be pretty interesting as well. But good wish. Kimberly Armstrong 2929 says, this episode aired the day I was born. Too bad it sucks. In fact, I despise this episode so much that when I binge watch Twilight Zone, I always skip this one. The only two good things I can say about it is it has dogs and it stars Howard Morris. I said the same thing. Who played Ernest T. Bass on the Andy Griffith Show. That being said, besides the obvious of wishing for more money, success, good health, and happiness, and world peace, I would wish that I could eat whatever I want and not gain weight. That would be a good one. Like in the movie Defending Your Life, regarding the recommendation to watch his Dark Materials, I will have to check that out. Not only does it sound interesting, but I am a fan of James McAvoy. Yes, couldn't think of his name last week for some reason. Young Professor X, thanks. Yeah, you will not be disappointed with his Dark Materials. I think I watched that in a weekend. I mean, I literally, from Friday night till about Monday evening, I watched that entire show. I mean, I do have a job, so it wasn't like I watched it all day Monday. But I did end up going home and just staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning and finished out that show. It was a very intriguing show. I believe it's based on a series of books. And this was one or two of the books. And there is another book in this series that they did talk about possibly doing at some point. But they do finish out the story, I believe, over a 3 or 4 season gap. So you'll enjoy it. I do highly recommend it. And I just actually finished another show, and I'm a little late to the party on it. It's Orphan Black. It came out 2012, ended in 2017, and it was a very good show. I definitely enjoyed that. It had nothing to do with what we were talking about in the last episode, but we were talking about shows, and I just finished it. I'm like, wow, I missed the boat on that, and watched it a little late, but hey, it was a heck of a binge. Steve2474 says, I Dream of Jeannie is a bottom 10 episode of the entire series. If I had been done as a half-hour episode, that would have helped it by allowing the viewer keeping his interest until the end. Unfortunately, I became restless and lost interest in this shortly after the halfway point because the plot was nothing but fluff and there was nothing compelling about it. Earlier episodes, such as Mr. Beavis, prove that these light-hearted, mindless episodes could work if we're confined to the 30-minute time limit, which I agree with. But stretching it out for a full hour just kills it. The worst entry in Season 4, though the Bard will give it a run for its money for that honor, I rank it 147 out of 156. Wow. So do you have every episode ranked of the Twilight Zone? That would be an interesting list. I'm not sure if I want to rank all of my Twilight Zone. That would be like a long day of just me sitting there going, oh, I don't know. But I could definitely make like a top 10 or top 20 when I finish out the entire series, and that would be interesting before we dive into the 80s version of the Twilight Zone, which I'm very much looking forward to. CBCW76 says, I didn't realize Howard Morris had an episode. I only remember the woman in it, but am more impressed watching the full episode. With this episode may not make top Twilight Zone lists, it still is better than so many other TV shows. That's what continues to impress me. Yeah, true. I mean, even the weakest episodes of Twilight Zone are still intriguing, still makes me want to watch it and see what's going to happen all the way through. I just didn't like the outcome of this episode, and there were things that I didn't like all around. It's probably going to end up on the bottom of my list as well. I mean, I have different thoughts after I gestate on an episode every week, so like my initial thoughts are sometimes different than what my thoughts are after I sit down and go, huh. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely put this in the bottom of my barrel as well of Twilight Zone shows. Jonathan Stein says, this episode feels like an unnecessary rehash of the Season 2 episode, The Man in the Bottle, which did this plot better. Yeah, I have to agree with that. It does kind of resemble that a bit. Granting wishes, man, you just never know. Kindle Square says, this episode is okay, and I see that it's another comical episode. He dreamed about his wishes and found out that it has its downfalls, so he wished for something different, and it is different, something that will make happy and other people. My first wish would be the wealthiest person on earth, and I will share my wealth with other people who need help financially, and when I help other people, my wealth doubles. Well, that would be interesting. I wouldn't be opposed to that. That would be an interesting wish. I'd be curious to see if you're going to make that wish, you need to say it's tax-free. You know, maybe you're tax exempt. I mean, from all of that. So because they actually bring it up in the episode. If you don't do that, then the tax people are going to come after you, and suddenly you're going to be dealing with all of that, and before you know it, all your money is gone. But I guess if the money is gone and it keeps doubling, you're going to keep running into that issue. So just make sure you say tax-free if you get the option. Kindle Square also, he says, and I enjoy your reactions to this episode. I liked your second wish. That's a beautiful wish. Yeah, I mean, if you just replace a lot of the people running the world today with people who actually care about other people and not money and greed, I think that would go a long way in the advancement of our society and our civilization moving forward into the future. I think it would be great if people of like people who like Star Trek, people who follow the ways of that show, of where our wealth is built based on what we put into society, which I think should be a thing. I mean, it'd be nice if, I guess that's what taxes is all about, but our taxes don't go to things that we actually want them to go to, and that's kind of sad. That would be something that I would love to have as a law, stating that, we can vote on where our tax money goes. Hey, somebody do that. Eric Jensen 394 says, like Once Upon a Time in the Mind of the Matter, this was just another excuse to let a comic star get his own vanity episode. In this case, Howard Morris, who is practically forgotten today as Sid Caesar's sidekick before becoming a legend of Saturday morning cartoon voices. Hey, I didn't know about that. I'd be interested to know what voices he actually did. Jack Dorsey 4850 says he wanted to help people. Come on, the dog wearing a turban too? Really? Yeah, I mean, it was the 60s, and people didn't really care about the political correctness of things, and it is what it is. But, yeah, he wanted to help people, that's for sure. I mean, you saw it in his first wish when he was dreaming about it and what was going to actually do for himself in that situation if he was going to be at the beck and call of somebody who was an actress that only thought about herself. I guess in the end, he got the wish that he really wanted, to give people what they want and make other people happy. And he had his best friend, his dog. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, all around, kind of a weak episode. I got to admit that. And hopefully there's not a lot of weak episodes going forward. I guess we're going to see. I'm sure there's going to be one or two that we run into. But hey, it still kept my attention, and I still enjoyed it. So with all that being said, thanks for all the comments, everybody. Very much appreciated. Now let's jump into the episode and see what we're getting into.
The Twilight Zone.
Ferguson's Wax Museum.
And here we have the famous temptress from ancient Egypt, Cleopatra, if you will follow me.
Murderer's Row.
This is Martin Sinescu, curator of Murderer's Row.
Who knows what evil lurks in the heart of the man standing next to you? This is Albert W. Hicks, a gentleman. He murdered his entire crew, killed them with an axe exactly like this one. Here we have Burke and Hare, the monsters of their time. This is how they suffocated their victims. Think of the agonies they endured. Then future generations will know, for he'll be here, immortalized in wax, remembered, as you and I will never be. The museum can't be held responsible for what might happen to you. Now here we have another soul in torment, Jack the Ripper.
You got a face to him.
With one sweep of the knife you see here. And as we look at Hicks, Burke and Hare, Landru, and Jack the Ripper, we see men as you and me.
Some people say it's a chemical imbalance. Whoa, jump scare.
Martin Lombard Sinescu. He ponders the reasons why ordinary men are driven to commit mass murder. Is that the groundwork has already been laid for his own special kind of madness and torment, found only in the Twilight Zone.
So is he only the curator at the Murderer's Row, or is he for like the entire museum? The new exhibit. These wax figures look real, which I'm guessing they're actually people acting like wax figures. So I'm going to say they're going to maybe possibly come to life at some point.
Martin, I'd like to talk with you.
I'll be through in a moment.
What I have to say is rather important.
You know, Mr. Ferguson, Landru needs a new suit.
I think we'd better discuss it in the office.
Is it something I've done?
No, nothing like that. Sit down, Martin. I'm abandoning the museum.
Why? You can't do that.
I'm afraid there isn't any choice. I've been offered a large sum for this property. Some people want to build a supermarket here.
A supermarket?
Dear God.
I never dreamed I'd see this day. We've been together a long time. You're the best employee a man could ever have. The way you've run the Murderer's Row exhibit.
Thanks, sir.
Don't
I take
think
pride
you
in the
ever missed a
murderers.
tool.
How many more days?
This was the last. They begin wrecking the building next week.
What about the figures?
I haven't decided yet.
We can open another museum.
I'm not as young as I once was. I needed rest. I appreciate that, Martin, and I know you'd be a great help, but it would be foolish.
But why?
Yeah, man. It's my passion, yo.
People aren't interested in wax museums anymore.
Well, they still exist today, and we're almost 70 years from this time, so, I mean, you gotta update, you gotta modernize.
Martin, I tell you, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Come with me. Please. Look at his eyes. Can't you see the shy, frightened little choir boy that he once was? Isn't it about to say something? Why, Landru was an eloquent man. You seem to have forgotten that these figures are the work of the great Henri Guillemot.
It's art. It's rare.
I want to buy them.
That's ridiculous.
It would be like losing 5 close friends.
I won't destroy them, Martin. I give you my word.
I could put them in my basement. Yes, it's a perfect place.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I would take care of them. Just as I always have.
You haven't eaten your breakfast, and they'll get here when they get here. How long are we going to keep them?
Is it forever? They're my friends.
I have plans to open my own museum, but I'll have to buy them from Mr. Ferguson first. Is everything all right?
Everything's okay. Huh?
I said it's getting warm. You see, they're delicate. They can't take more than 80 degrees. All right. No, easy, please, easy.
Yeah, it would suck too. You're always having to worry about the temperature of things, especially in the summer if the air conditioning goes out. What do you do then?
Landru isn't here?
Yeah, if I was her, I'd be like, really?
I didn't think they were going to be so big.
Well, I'll have to be very careful with the uncrating.
The mover said you were down here. Where do you want the air conditioner?
Put it in that window over there, see it?
Oh, okay.
You bought an air conditioner?
Yeah?
And I'm also worried about how I'm going to do the laundry with all this
Oh,
going on.
Emma, you can't do the laundry here. Just take it anyway, but leave me to my friends, please.
My friends? What's wrong with you, honey?
In fact, all the clothes are gonna need it. It's almost been a year.
Damn, a year.
Why, his coat is torn right over there.
Martin, we're not buying them any clothes.
You're going crazy.
It's not just buying, it's tailoring.
Then why do you spend every minute of the day and night down here? You told me they'd only be here for a few days, but they've been here for weeks. Don't you realize that? But how long am I going to be locked out of my own basement?
Who's willing to finance the museum?
But how can you find anybody if you spend all of your time down here?
You know these people never even heard of Guimont? Can you imagine?
It's the electric bill. You'll see how much it's costing us to keep the air conditioner running day and night.
We're going broke. You have no job. What the hell are we doing here?
That is high, isn't it?
There's no more money in the bank. Martin, why not? You told me yourself that he loves these things as much as you do.
I don't know anyone in the world I have more respect for than Mr. Ferguson, but it's an honor. It's a privilege.
For you, maybe. The way they stand there and stare at me, they're frightening.
They're not real.
When you live with them, as long as I have, you come to love them.
You're going mad.
Good morning. How'd you spend the night, Jack? Emma?
Nobody's gonna put money into a crazy scheme like that. He got Martin to take care of all those crazy dummies, and he's not even paying him for it. Pretty shrewd. Does he have them all?
Well, these are special. Some man in Europe made them. This is the first time anything has come between us. I hate those murderers.
We're gonna go talk to him.
Me too.
Don't talk to him the way you have been. I mean, lay it right on the line. Of course, if that doesn't work, there is something else. Air conditioners do break down, you know.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
That's mean. That's a waste of money. And if he finds out about it, that's possibly the end of your marriage. Maybe you should move up north. It'd save on the electricity.
What can I do? I have to keep the figures in perfect condition. I thought you said we didn't have any money left.
I bought them with some money Dave gave me.
Dave?
He wants to take care of me.
We can't go on this way.
I'll borrow some money from Mr. Ferguson.
Borrowing isn't going to help.
Well, then I'll mortgage the house.
That isn't going to answer our problem. But I simply will not have them in this house 1 minute longer.
Is that all they mean to you?
And I want you to call and tell him tomorrow morning. You've been around those wax dummies for so long, you've forgotten how to be a human being.
No, I can't desert them now. After all these years, they need me. They'd be lost without me.
They're not real.
They don't need anybody. I want you to see a doctor.
A doctor?
But I didn't say there was.
Then what do I need a doctor for?
But you haven't been yourself lately. Staying down in that basement all day and talking to those things as if they were alive, it's not natural.
That's my job. You tell that brother of yours to mind his own business.
You alive yet? Uh-oh. That's not cool.
Emma? Emma, you down there? Emma, you down here? Emma? 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 Emma, what happened? Emma?
She dead? Scared her to death. Oh, you're gonna hide the crime? That's good. I think things are gonna end horribly for you now. You might end up part of his wax museum.
And I want to. If I went to prison, as I probably would, who would take care of the figures? It's better this way. Too late to tell her anything now. It's the best I can do, Emma.
Well, hi there, Mr. Sandescu.
Hello.
Floor must have been pretty bad, huh?
I was starting to crack a little.
That's the way it is with these old houses, you know.
Oh, yes.
Holy mackerel. Where'd you ever get anything like this?
They used to be in a museum, but it closed.
You sure they ain't alive? Well, they could fool me. Sure be a fine thing to have come Halloween. Man, oh man. Whoever made these up, they thought of everything. Pretty good. You've got quite a layout here. Don't they give you the creeps
Not when you know him as well as I do.
Oh, you're a guard, Mr. Sinescu. Do you think it'd be all right if I brought her over for a look at those things?
Oh, I don't think so. We'll be gone for a while.
Sure, someone else to kill.
We're gone
Wonderful.
For days, and
Well, I'll see you. So long.
bye. I'm surprised at you. I am really surprised. Why, any killer knows that you can't leave blood on a murder weapon.
Right?
It's not a joke, Jack, but it's a dead gift.
Martin? Anybody down there?
I'm going upstairs. You come around the back door of the kitchen. Coming, Dave.
Oh, you got this place locked up like Fort Knox or something.
We always keep the doors locked.
It's probably just as well.
Why? Dave, what do you want? If you just tell me what you want,
Emma came to see me yesterday.
I know, she told me.
What you want?
Everything's settled now.
I'm certainly glad to hear that. She was sure upset when she talked to me. You didn't treat her square. You kept her out of her own basement. I guess I had you pegged all wrong, Marty. Must have been a pretty hot night last night, huh? Pretty hot for a bunch of wax dummies, huh?
What a goober.
That's the air conditioner. What are you trying to hand me?
Keeps the dummies and the dead nice and cool.
Yes, I told you, I like to keep the doors locked. Well, I was cleaning up, Dave, and I just wanted to keep the place cool, that's all.
I think you locked it to keep me from going down there.
What the hell does it matter to you?
Are you threatening me in my own house?
How come Emma never mentioned her before?
Had a very busy day. I'm tired of answering questions. Now, will you please leave?
You have Emma call me when she comes back. You hear?
Great. Breaking and entering. Definitely call the cops on him now. Uh-oh. Another one dead?
Dave! Dave!
Dear God. Another body. Scared to death.
Hicks, how could you?
Morning.
Yeah? Oh, Mr. Ferguson. Come in.
Martin,
Come
how
in.
nice to see you.
Good to see you. I'm
Good to see you.
It is nice and cool down here.
Yes. Yes. And in perfect condition.
Martin, when I told you that nobody wanted to buy these figures, I was being too pessimistic. Somebody does want to, but not just somebody. Marchand Museum.
Oh.
In Brussels. I can't imagine why, but aren't you pleased?
Yes?
I must say, Martin, you have kept them up well.
Yes. Now, you see, this needs fixing in here. I think they all need new clothes.
We won't have to worry about that anymore.
Oh, and I asked Emma to sew this rip up, but there's been so many things to do.
You have a remarkable wife, Martin.
She never complains.
Have you been sleeping down here?
Yes.
Oh! Martin, are you all right?
Yes. No, Mr. Ferguson. It isn't so. I'm not all right. Some strange things have been happening.
Strange thing?
Yes.
It's your boss next to die.
They haven't exactly been behaving themselves.
Who? Oh, come now.
Oh, it's true, I swear.
They've been killing people, sir.
I've been so close to these figures for the past 3 months. Well, that's neither here nor there. The point is, and as I've said, I appreciate what you've done, but it's all settled. Of course, there'll be a substantial reward to you for all the years you've cared for them. Now, why don't you prepare us a cup of tea or something while I take some measurements? 53 inches.
Because he's next, I'm guessing. Strangled?
No matter.
Yep, next to die. What's going to happen to this guy? Is he going to bite it too or become part of the show? Or go to jail?
Ferguson, I brought you both the cream and the sugar. I didn't know which one you want. Mr. Ferguson. Mr. Ferguson.
Well, damn.
It was you, Hicks, and Burke, and you, Landreau, especially you. But this time you went too far. You wanted for nothing. I washed you. And who defended you? Who defended your deeds against the thousands who saw you? Who wanted you? Me. I was the best friend you ever had. I was the only man who was my friend.
Turn the AC off.
Which one of you is first? Which one of you is first? Because you murdered Mr. Ferguson. No.
It was not I who garroted your friend Martin.
Oh no. Probably shouldn't have warned him.
No, Martin Sinescu, it was you. You murdered your wife. You killed her.
It was you who used my axe to kill your wife's brother.
Not so, Martin Sinescu.
You're the murders.
You killed them all.
No!
And here, ladies and gentlemen, we have Jack the Ripper.
Oh man.
One murderer was never caught. And now we come to a man who only recently became one of the most famous of all. Martin Lombard Sinescu, a remarkable and certainly most versatile murderer.
The new exhibit became very popular at Marchand's. But of all the figures, none was ever regarded with more dread than that of Martin Lombard
Yep,
Sinescu.
he became part of the exhibit.
It's the look that one often gets after taking a quick walk through the Twilight Zone.
Very sad that it ended the way that it did, but at the same time, you get what you deserve, and I like those kind of episodes. It was more serious compared to the last week's episode that was trying to be funny, but it just didn't come off as funny as it probably wanted to be. And yeah, I would say this is probably one of the better episodes of the Twilight Zone. Kept me interested. When I say better episodes, one of the better hour-long episodes. I do think season 4 is kind of the weaker episode list of all episodes when it comes to all of Twilight Zone, when it's the 1960s version of this show. Season 4 is just, I think it's an hour long is too long for these episodes. This is something that could have been a lot better if it was a shorter story, but you know, it is what it is, and what is history is history. Anyways, let me know, comment below what you thought of it, and we will go through your comments in next week's episode. Now, let's go into the trivia of this episode and see what it took to get this episode off the ground. One of many episodes solely credited to Charles Beaumont, though due to Beaumont's failing health, Jerry Soule was his ghostwriter. Beaumont plotted this episode with Soule, the screenwriter. Henry Lazard Landau, born April 12, 1869 and died February 25, 1922, was a French serial killer nicknamed the Bluebird of Gambay. He murdered at least 7 women in the village of Gambay between December 1915 and January 1919. Landru also killed at least 3 other women and a young man in the house he rented from December 1914 to August 1915 in the town of Vernouillet, a town 35 kilometers northwest of Paris. The true number of Landru's victims is suspected to be higher. An Alfred Hitchcock Presents series episode proposed a very similar plot, The Waxwork, back in 1959. Martin Balsam would later play Rockney S. O'Brien in Grandma Personal Demons Cold Readings, 1986, Professor Donald Mills, and Time and Teresa Goldwit's Voices in the Earth, 1987. The story of a wax museum closure obsessed worker with the wax figures of historic killers is similar to House of Wax, Vincent Price. Martin Sinescu's replacement as the Murderers Row Wax Museum guide is played by Marcel Hilaire, who also portrays the owner of a wax museum in House of Max Part 1, 1970, House of Max Part 2, 1970, and appears in a movie called Murderers Row, 1966. Well, that's it for the trivia, and this episode also reminded me of an 80s movie, a little low-budget 80s movie called Waxworks. If you haven't seen it, it's interesting. You should definitely check it out. I bet you can find it for free on Tubi. T-U-B-Y, I believe is what it's on. Zach Galligan, whatever his name was, from Gremlins and Gremlins 2. He's been in a few other things. He's in it, as well as Deborah Foreman and David Warner, if you know who that is. He always plays up a lot of bad guys in the 80s and 90s. He was the main bad guy in the first Tron movie. He was also in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Plays a lot of voice acting roles. But yeah, definitely one to check out if you haven't seen that movie. Definitely a lot of fun. Anyways, let me know comment below what you thought of this episode, and I will go over those comments in next week's episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Continue on this voyage to episode 156 of the Twilight Zone. Until next time, see you later.